The following is a World-Class Bullshitters exclusive.
Stealing Solo asks the greatest what-if question of all time. What if a group of disgruntled Star Wars fans kidnap Harrison Ford and force him to remake Star Wars in their basement? That, and a whole lot more, is answered in Stealing Solo, a Captain's Parody. Stealing Solo has been called Laugh Out Loud Funny and the greatest Star Wars parody since Spaceballs, and it's available now for a limited time only. Go to stealingsolo.com, which is powered by Shopify, so you get the reward-winning safety and security, and get yourselves a copy today. Once we sell through this limited backstock, I'm going back to the drawing board to bring you the sequel, which parodies Luke Skywalker's fall from grace, and finally the closing chapter, which I can't wait to get to, Frankenfisher, the Bride of Solo. And yes, it's exactly what you think it is. So folks, the only way to get that is go to stealingsolo.com right now, get yourselves a copy, and enjoy the greatest Star Wars parody since Spaceballs. The following is a clip from the World Class Bullshitters live show, broadcasting live here on YouTube at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Thursday night. You're invited, but we don't accept Republic credits. Now, Dion, the one thing you always say when it comes to, and I use this phrase very loosely, but this woke content or this woke rush of entertainment that's choking the life out of regular good stuff, you always say they make it because they think there's money to be made in it. Other people say that they make it because they're trying to send a message or change the views or beliefs of people. But the one thing that's changing is Disney's going to stray away from it because according to the CEO, he wants to quiet the noise regarding the culture wars because they're not healthy for Disney business. So fucking finally, they're going to stop doing dumb shit that will appeal to the social media crowd because your average everyday Disney consumer, and folks, that's everybody now. It's not like we're all, going whistling zippity doo-dah at our assholes. It's Disney owns the biggest properties. Disney owns the TV channels. They own everything. If you want a great parody of Disney, make sure you watch The Boys because they have Vought. And Vought is Disney. A lightly satirical version of Disney. And they get into some dark shit. Now, of course, it's satire, so it's meant to be a little more extreme than the real world stuff. But according to a new claim, Bob Iger wants to quiet away because it's hurting Disney business. A financial analyst, Laura Martin, recently attended an investor event at the Walt Disney World Resort and reported that during this event, Bob Iger explicitly stated he wanted to quiet the noise on culture war issues. In the report, which was provided, she explained that Iger believes that content should be entertaining, not issue-focused. Fucking finally, I'm sorry for the cussing, but it's just like, we've all been saying this for literally years. Since Disney started doing a lot of this crap and making their entertainment shitty, we have been saying this for years. So it's not only validating, but it makes me happy because, like I said, they own everything. We're stuck with watching their stuff unless you want to stop watching movies or TV shows. And so, finally, they're not going to be focused on that. Furthermore, Iger's goal is to quiet the noise. So this is corroborated because it echoes the comments that Iger made to CNBC back in July when David Faber of CNBC asked the executive, what about the situation in Florida? Well, folks, they didn't win that fight in Florida. Not only did they lose, they have to pay all the court costs. That's what happens when you lose in court. So Bob Iger and Disney are, basically changing their tune. What do you guys think about this news?
Can somebody tweet Iger that water is wet and the sky is blue, just to make sure he knows about those things as well, just to be sure.
In the east, sets in the west.
Yeah. Things like that. Just so
Is that how it goes?
He knows about these things as well, because it seems like he's this proves what we said a couple weeks ago about the disconnect between these higher ups and normal fucking people. The fact that it took them this long, since 2015, to get this shit, to figure this out. It's frustrating, and it's like, oh yeah, this is what we've been telling you for forever now. This is why we're not excited about when movies come out in theaters anymore, because it's shit. We don't want to watch it. This is why. And the fact that you not making money is not a big enough message, we don't know what is. Don't know what is. Like, it's stupid, really.
It is. And I know they've made comments like this in the past, but things are different now because of just how much, I don't know, the reality has gone up. Reality has gone in dry on them, and they have to fix things because they're losing money. They've had to lay off people. They've had to make a lot of drastic changes. And so I have no sympathy for Disney. I'm all out of sympathy, fresh out of it, actually. Well, no, it's been a long time coming. But I'm not really into their bullshit anymore. And a lot of people are fed up too. And I hope this is the change that, they're forced into. Because it couldn't happen to a nicer company to have these losses and have people turned off. People are looking elsewhere for entertainment. They're not going to Disney World. Their theme parks aren't bringing in the money. The cruise ships, this, that, and the other. It's just not a good time to be in the Disney business. And more people have issues with them than you'd realize. It's always surprising when you see videos come out from, non-Disney places talking about this topic. It's really the thing that people, I don't know, they're so fascinated by, because growing up in the 90s, Disney was just this family-friendly business that owned a lot of stuff, and people were happy to watch and take their kids to it. Yep. Now people are like, I don't trust my kids to watch Disney. I don't trust my kids to be a part of this. It got weird. It got political. And hopefully it's getting shut down once and for all.
Yeah, I mean, they're reaping what they've sowed. They decided that it was more important for them to push the message, push the agenda, and appeal as hard as possible to a small percentage of the population, and it's come back to bite them in the ass. I believe it's just lip service at this point, because there's been statements similar to this in the past, and nothing's changed. So until I see him doing something different, it's just Bob Iger talking just to say things.
Well, I hope they make that change.
Listen, and again, they have to. That's why when people get onto the emotional side of the motherfucking topic, and that's on both sides, right? The overarching point has always been, Disney is a business. Like, they are not making this content because they believe it or blah 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 blah. Like, it's all about making money, and it's. Multiple companies are doing this shit. Everything from obviously giant companies like Disney, all the way down to fucking, motherfucking supposed, news organizations, right? Like, people do what they think is fucking popular. They don't care about all this shit. They just care if you give them your money, and this is proof of that. Like, if he, and again, if it's a credible source, it's a credible source. But if he's saying this in a fucking financial meeting, that motherfucker's not going to go to a financial meeting and just say something to them oh yeah, no, but I'm still going to go and lose money. Like, they don't care about that shit. And that's what we've always been saying. Everyone wanting to jump up and applaud them, where they're making these characters for a specific group of people. They don't care about you. And Bob Iger's going to a financial meeting. That's not small biscuits. That's not him going to the fucking water cooler. That's the people who they expect money from. These are the returns, and they are not good overall. Like, yeah, Force Awakens made $2 billion, and then we lost a bunch of motherfucking money on the other stuff that was involved with it. We should be making sure it's entertaining, not issue driven, because it is costing us money in the billions, bitch. At the $1 billion mark, lip service doesn't fucking exist. You cost money or you get the fuck out. And Disney is Bob Iger is making that shit very clear. So nobody cares about, how many times Vice talked about it in relation to how it made people hard or whatever. No one cares about that shit. He is not gonna go talk to the people that are expecting him to make them motherfucking money and give them lip service. That shit, that is not even part of the motherfucking equation. So,
no.
Everyone that wanted to jump on the internet and talk shit and, talk about, oh, well, no, you're just being toxic. No, dude, trust me. He is not on your side. When we've been saying from the beginning, fucking the fact that they didn't make money off of a resort that was $3,000 a night, bitch. That's a problem.
It is a problem.
That's huge.
Now, we'll move on from our Disney stuff. Folks, join us on Tuesday night. We'll cover more of this on the High Council, and we'll wait to hear more. As of now, WCBS just wants to bring you these topics as they're fresh so we can have a great discussion about them and see where it goes. Stealing Solo asks the greatest what-if question of all time. What if a group of disgruntled Star Wars fans kidnap Harrison Ford and force him to remake Star Wars in their basement? That, and a whole lot more, is answered in Stealing Solo, a Captain's Parody. Stealing Solo has been called Laugh Out Loud Funny and the greatest Star Wars parody since Spaceballs, and it's available now for a limited time only. Go to StealingSolo.com, which is powered by Shopify, so you get the reward-winning safety and security, and get yourselves a copy today. Once we sell through this limited backstock, I'm going back to the drawing board to bring you the sequel, which parodies Luke Skywalker's fall from grace, and finally the closing chapter, which I can't wait to get to, Frankenfisher, the Bride of Solo. And yes, it's exactly what you think it is. So folks, the only way to get that is go to StealingSolo.com right now, get yourselves a copy, and enjoy the greatest Star Wars parody since Spaceballs.